You were not born for war. Not for blood, nor for glory. You were born to till the earth, to shape iron, to build a life from quiet things.
Calling all Seljuks, Crusaders, Abbasids, and Byzantines, because what we have here is nothing short of an upcoming masterpiece. This is Lionhearts, a player-driven, feudal MMORPG taking place in the Holy Land during the Third Crusade, that aims to bring you an open medieval world where every player's choices shape history and the world around them. Thanks to collaborating with Credential Studios, I'm so happy to be able to give you this preview of the game already now, and if you want to see this game truly come alive after having watched this video, then make sure to join the Kickstarter by using my link below. Now that sounds incredible, but Andy, you say, is this really possible, coming from an indie studio at that? Well, here's the thing, my friend. This studio, baptized Credential Studios in the year of our Lord 2020, has already done it. In Roblox, where for the past 7 years, this studio of 3 passionate developers have created, maintained, and expanded a massive community in the game's grandest experience yet. A game which has amassed over 6 million plays and over 110,000 favorites. The Lionhearts of today will of course not be made in Roblox. In fact, it will be made in Unreal Engine 5, with all of the visual and mechanical bells and whistles that enables. But the fact that the groundwork for how the game's systems will work has already been made and proven to work for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players, is honestly a massive feather in the cap for this team, which makes this so much more real already now. So then, Third Crusade and a feudal MMORPG. What are the specifics? Why should you want to jump into Lionhearts and back this project? Let's get down to the basics. Lionhearts is a feudal simulator MMORPG, but what does this mean? It means that here, you can take on the role you want, be it as a soldier, a trader, or other types of careers like clergy, and then ascend through a tiered system of guilds and hierarchies, all made up of other players. There are 16 planned factions in total to choose from, including the Kingdom of Jerusalen, the Principality of Antioch, the Byzantine Empire, the Sultanate of Ayyubid, the Abbasid dynasty, the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, holy orders like the Order of the Templars, Hospitallers, and Teutonic Knights, and even the Order of Assassins. And as a member of these factions, every player has a role, even to the point of becoming king. And depending on your role, you will be able to make world-influencing choices like going to war or making peace agreements. You see, the thing about Lionhearts is that there are no pre-scripted events. As the team has already accomplished in the Roblox version, players are able to dynamically be and do what they want within this system. Following any of the 4 religions present in the game, being able to choose which lord and king you serve, where you can own your own manor houses, rule cities, become bishops of churches, lords of castles, and more. But this world is not infinite, and that's part of the fun. Places like cities offer a specific, historically inspired space where unique housing and property is indeed finite, given to players of special rank and status. In other words, it's up to you to work your way up in the system depending on who you want to be. Of course, if you wish to be a mercenary or bandit or caravan raiders and work outside of civilized society, you may do that as well. The core theme of Lionhearts, inspired as it is by games like Crusader Kings, Stronghold Crusader, and Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, is that player freedom is fundamental, while allowing for player-led control of politics, warfare, trade, and diplomacy in the Holy Land. The goal is therefore to use the least amount of NPC characters as possible, ideally to the point where players make up every person you meet. Another major feature is the devs' approach to the game as well, as incorporating player feedback is massive to them in terms of improvements and making a game you actually want to play and immerse yourself in, which they have proven already with years of updates for their past projects. However, one completely unique feature Lionhearts proudly offers is the so-called shadow tasking system. Listen to this. Say your character is a baker. When you play, you're trying to make delicious food, make some money for trading, while perhaps trying to work your way up the Traders Guild system and maybe gain some influence in society. But at some point, you have to log off, of course, because, well, I guess humans have to sleep. But with the shadow tasking system, your in-game character keeps on working on a task you have given them, like say, continue making baked goods. While that can be their primary task, you can also set a secondary task, for example, like help defending the city walls as a militia soldier in the event of an enemy siege while you're logged off. This not only allows for the continuation of a world that feels alive because player characters actually remain present, but it also means that instead of NPCs doing tasks that don't matter, shadow players are actual characters in the game that symbolizes real people. To me, that sounds awesome, and I can't wait to see what this system looks like in action, especially because players will be able to set preset personalities and responses for their characters, which other players can then interact with while you're away. What I'm really looking forward to is seeing this game come alive, especially because of how successful it's been in Roblox already. For example, after a massive multi-faction war, players and their kings and negotiators actually came together to draw up a multilateral peace agreement, ending a long-standing war that had ravaged each faction. Lionhearts' gameplay loop is based on 3 core pillars, namely Favor, Ascend, and Acquire. Favor is a reward and currency system in Lionhearts and replaces more traditional experience points. You can earn this through military service, economic contributions, and religious devotion. After gaining favor within your favor tree, you can ascend the various branches of military, trade, and religion, gaining new roles, perks, advantages, and skills. This allows you to acquire rewards that improve your ability to gain more favor and to showcase rank and achievements, including weapons and tools, mounts and livestock for breeding, additional storage and property, and prestigious titles, outfits, and cosmetics. It is important to note that consumer and player-friendly gameplay policies and features is at the heart of what Credential Studios does, and as such, you will never be able to purchase your way to victory, as nothing in the game will be paid to win. Instead, the devs focus on creating a quality product that expands over time and that aims to deliver a true open-world medieval RPG, taking a lot of inspiration from titles like the Kingdom Come Deliverance games, but one where you get to play with your friends and hundreds if not thousands of other players at the same time. Of course, this means that warfare will be important, and in terms of fighting in particular, Lionhearts will offer a directional parry and block system where you select a direction for attacking and defending. And among the weapons, we'll see bows, battle axes, spears, crossbows, great swords, warhammers, daggers, and many more weapon types with their own perks and advantages. And you can create and upgrade these weapons with various materials like cast iron, steel, folded Damascus steel, and cast Damascus steel, among others, meaning that both skill with the weapon and their quality will determine the outcome of battle, just like it was in history. There is so much more Lionhearts has to offer and the systems go deep. But if I've got your interest piqued already, you have to check out the Kickstarter page today, not just for more information and deep interviews with the devs, but for the opportunity to support this historical 3rd Crusade era game at an early stage, and to back a studio and developers with a burning passion for medieval history in their hearts, and a history of following through on their projects. If you have been asking for competition for games like Mount & Blade, this is it. I can't wait to see how Lionhearts turns out, and to see even more of what's to come. For now, let me know what you think in the comments, leave a like on the video so more people hear about this game, and support Lionhearts on Kickstarter. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much to Credential Studios for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!
You were not born for war, not for blood, nor for glory. You were born to till the earth, to shape iron, to build a life from quiet things. But the world is fallen, and though it calls you to forget, your God calls you to remember. So shed your name, your home, your yesterday. Not for pride, not for vengeance, but for salvation. For God, and God alone. And when you fall, and you will, let it not be in vain. Let all remember that you came willingly, that you bore your cross, that you had faith, even when faith was all you had left. What is a Crusader, if not a servant who refuses to forget what he fights for the memory of who he was, and the hope of who he might still become? Now is the time to take up your cross, to answer the call, and fulfill your destiny.